Hello, pixies!
I've been missing your strawberry kiss, 'cause nothing as sweet the taste still drive me crazy.
Gosh, okay, I'm very excited for our video today. This video is probably, I would say, next to a hair routine, which I promise is coming. There is one already on my channel, but I had really short hair in it, so I am gonna come out with an updated hair routine soon. But my probably next most requested video is a vegan what I eat in a day / like how to be vegan in college, or like how to be vegan in a non-vegan household, how to like go vegan, how to make the switch, all that jazz. And today,
that's not the video we're doing.
Just kidding. That is the video we're doing. That was a really stupid joke, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. Being vegan makes me feel better, my skin is better, my mood is better. I just feel like lighter, I don't feel as bloated, I feel like just energetic, I feel good. I filmed the food part earlier when I was on break. You're gonna see me at my house. Everything I made in this video are things that have really become like my vegan staples, like the things that I just see myself going back to over and over again. They're cheap, they're accessible, they're not like super bougie vegan, because there are bougie vegans, but not all veganism is bougie. Debunk that myth right now. Some of the cheapest food in the world is vegan. But everything that I make is super just easy to make. It's really fast, it's cheap, it's scrumptious. If you're like a college student and you're vegan, I wouldn't rely on the dining hall. It's kind of slim pickings, and it can be really discouraging at school to try and go vegan. It can also be really discouraging in a non-vegan household, so these are also really good for that. There's stuff that you may have just not thought of that's actually vegan and really good for you that you already have. The biggest tips I would give in the beginning is just eating the foods that you already love to eat, but like the vegan version. Because I didn't even go vegetarian before I went vegan. I was a meat eater and I went straight to veganism, so it was like quite the drastic switch for me. If you guys want a more in-depth like tips on how to like really just do the damn thing, I'd love to make a video where I just sit down and like you guys can ask questions. Let me know if you want another video similar to this. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. The very first thing I did, because I'm addicted to coffee. What can I say? I'm really trying to drink less coffee because I realize that this is probably an issue, but I also love it. It makes me feel good. It starts my morning off right. It's just, coffee just really makes me feel good. And it really is just part of like my morning routine. So anyway, I'm gonna stop babbling. I basically made coffee is what I'm trying to get at. I woke up at like 7 and I put my fair trade coffee into the grinder. I grinded up the coffee, and then I have a little French press. You can get these in a lot of places, like probably even Amazon. I really like the French press just because I think it makes a really strong cup of coffee, and the French just do it best. I put it into my French press, and then I just put that into the fridge. I did not press it down. I just put it in the fridge and let it sit for a couple hours. If you want it super strong, let it sit overnight. Then I came back, I pressed the French press down, and voila! So then I poured this coffee into my cup. This left a good amount of room, which I like because I like to try and make like a latte. So I put in this oat milk. I think oat milk is super, super creamy and really good for coffee. Poured a shit ton of that in. Did I stop there? No. I really like this other creamer. It's a coconut and almond milk creamer, and I poured that in as well. A cheaper version of this would just to get some nice old plain old milk from one of these nuts instead of a creamer. If you do want to like splurge a little bit on a creamer, I think a creamer really does make a pretty big difference in coffees opposed to just putting like flat out like almond milk in. But again, not necessary. And then because I'm a northeastern gal, I put maple syrup in everything. I put some maple syrup in there instead of sugar. If you have never tried maple syrup in your coffee, thank me later. And voila! I had the most magnifique coffee ever. Next up, I really like making oatmeal in the morning. Oatmeal is a really, really good, cheap vegan meal that actually really sticks to your stomach for the day. Will give you a good amount of energy, will make you feel full. Oatmeal also is just so good for you. It has so much like antioxidants and amazing fibers that your body needs to thrive. Vitamins, minerals, it's just really, really good for you. Basically, I just cooked up the oatmeal, put in some water, you know, if you don't know how to make oatmeal, WikiHow it. And then I put in a little bit of almond milk. Then I put in some chia seeds as well. Chia seeds are full of omega-3, which is a vitamin. It can be hard to get as a vegan, so this is a really amazing source of it. And you can buy these in bulk at health stores as well to save a lot of money. They are also rich in antioxidants and have lots of fibers. These are super, super, super healthy for you. I'm pretty sure they're actually a superfood, so. I also just popped in a little bit of my favorite granola. You can get granola anywhere. You can buy granola in bulk as well. Then I just put in some frozen berries. These you can just buy in bulk to make it cheaper and to make sure that your berries and fruits aren't always just going bad. Basically, buying in bulk is a tip. And then a little bit of maple syrup to top it off because maple syrup makes... Oh no, my fan has been on this whole time. Guys, I keep filming with this fan on. I'm so sorry. Wow, so much quieter. Next, I made bagels, and bagels are probably my favorite thing on this earth besides coffee. Bagels are like my staple. So I basically just toasted up a bagel, and then my favorite thing to put on bagels is avocado. You can put this on toast as well. Avocado is just like super full of really good fats, like the healthy kind. They actually contain more potassium than bananas. I don't know if people know that, but fun tip. They're loaded with fatty acids that are really healthy for you. They're loaded with fiber. Again, just a super, super good food for you, and they really stick to your stomach and make you feel full and energized for the day. They also have protein in them. Protein comes from plants. I would like to debunk that protein only comes from meat. It's definitely possible to get your protein from plants, and I feel like that's the biggest thing that people are like, oh my god, I cannot be vegan because I won't be able to get my protein. And it's like, no, you can, okay? You can. And yes, some plants have more protein than others, some are easier for our bodies to process than others, but there are a lot of really amazing plants out there that you can research that all have a ton of protein in it. Some other things before I get into the rest of this that I often put onto my bagels are peanut butter. Peanut butter is a decent source of protein, and it's super, super yummy on your bagel. You can also like get tofutti. Tofutti itself is not any more expensive than cream cheese, and it's basically the vegan alternative to cream cheese. If you are willing to spend a little bit more money or to treat yourself every now and then with some really good vegan cream cheese, I would highly, highly, highly suggest the Kite Hill vegan cream cheeses. Oh my god. I could eat them all day long. Anyway, I put my avocado over it, and then I usually save like 1/2 of the avocado for later. Then I use the Trader Joe's everything but a bagel seasoning. So good. And it really fills you up and gives me energy and just makes me feel yummy and good. Lunch. No, onto a snack. That's what we did next. So some of my favorite snacks that are super nutritious for you as well are just the classic apples and peanut butter. I feel like I used to eat this so much as a kid and then didn't really eat it for a really long time, and I've started to eat it again now that I'm vegan because it's so yummy.
Damn, you're struggling.
And it's healthy, like it adds some protein, and it's just good.
You want me to do it?
And that's like super easy thing to do at school.
Can you film?
Maybe. If you just keep some apples in your room and an apple cutter, and like you just slice it, and then you like just pull out a jar of peanut butter.
Okay, we'll flip.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that, but apples and peanut butters, guys. Highly suggest. It's hard, right? Because it's at a weird angle. Oh, you did it. Yes. Good job. Next, I made a smoothie. Brandon came over in these clips, by the way, if you cannot tell already. We made a smoothie.
It's so dark.
And my favorite thing to do is I get this like berry mix with like raspberries and blackberries and blueberries. Oh, berries, I love berries. I just slap in a bunch of that. Kind of very aesthetically pleasing with my glacé cherry pomme.com though. And this like berry residue. I kind of like it. Comment down below if you kind of like it too. I put in a little bit of almond milk and a little bit of orange juice, which is kind of weird, I guess, but I really like the citrusy taste, but I also want to get like some protein. And some milks also have more protein and calcium than others. Like certain milks, you can see they'll like label it. So if you're like really worried about getting protein and calcium, you can look on the milk cartons and choose which milk provides the most. I don't really know how much mine did, but yeah. Then I put in some kale, because kale is a very good source of vitamins. Kale benefits, let's see. Kale has lots of fiber, antioxidants, calcium, vitamin K. It also has a lot of vitamin C and iron. So yeah, I slap in some kale in there, and that's just a really good way to like get some vegetables in that I don't really want to like eat, because I don't really love kale, but when I put it in my smoothie, I can't taste it anymore. I think that's all I put in my smoothie, and then I just smoothied it up, like, you know, and it was, oh, and then I put some protein powder in to get some extra protein in my day. I like the ones that are like flavored chocolate. I put a good amount in. Probably could have put more in, but I was like running out, so. I think there's like recipes. I don't really know. I'm not a scientist, I don't know.
Drip, drip, what I'm talking about, drip. Drip, drip, what I'm talking about, drip, 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 what? My hand looks so nice with this watch on it.
Ready? Ready? Is it good? Is it good or not? Let me taste it.
That orange juice hits.
Yeah, right? I really can't tell.
Oh, that's delicious.
This is probably my favorite snack of like all time. I recently discovered it. My sister actually came up with it. I get an avocado, I split it in half, and then I basically just sliced it up, like diced it. This part just like makes it easier to eat, makes little pieces come out easier. I use this like grapefruit vinegar, but like you can use any type of like balsamic vinegar or just vinegar or whatever, and just put it in there, just drizzle a little bit over, and then I use that everything with the bagel seasoning again and sprinkle that on top, and oh my god, such a good snack. It fills you right up, tastes so good. I could eat these all day. Here, Brandon, here's yours.
Oh, thank you. Can I stop it now?
Then for lunch, this is probably the biggest staple, cheap vegan food, but still healthy ever, and that is just making ramen. But we can make it a little bit healthier than just like unhealthy ramen, but it's still super cheap. So usually I get this bag of ramen. They're super, super cheap. I think you can get a pack of like 6 for $2 at stores. At the store they didn't have that one, so I just had this random one, but basically any ramen works for $2. Prepare this by doing that.
I'm supposed to cook it in the thing?
I don't know. That looks so small and measly. So then I made up the ramen, and then you can put in some healthy things. For me, I put in like scallions, I put in some tofu. I personally don't mind just tofu, just like as is. I actually kind of like it, but if you want to like cook it before, you can do that, but I feel like the hot water kind of does that for you. You can put like some kale in, you can put basically any veggies you want into the ramen, and then some tofu for some protein, and boom, you have a super cheap, incredible, yummy, comforting food. And it's amazing and so cheap and healthy still. And it's beautiful, look at that. And look at my little Kiki's delivery service chopsticks. I'm so excited to eat this.
Oh, I'm gonna eat this.
That's a vegan college staple, if I do say so myself. last but not least, it rolled around to dinner time. And I made this one pot pasta that I have been loving making recently. I just make pasta. Also, so many people ask me, they're like,
Wait, you eat pasta still? That's vegan?
like, yes, what do you think is in pasta? I cut up a bunch of mushrooms and put those in. And mushrooms are very, very good for you. They have some good protein in there. I put a ton of veggies in. I put tomatoes in. I put some spinach in there and some onions. Okay, so this goes the same for making vegan mac and cheeses as well. I really do not like the packet that they come with. I think it's not good. So what I do instead is I feel like if you put a ton of nutritional yeast into your mac and cheese, or into, for this instance, I put it in this one pot pasta, it still tastes very cheesy and creamy, especially if then you add some salt. Then I added a little bit of turmeric and just some other spices in there until it was the creamy consistency I wanted it to be. I put in some vegetable broth, but just a little bit, and that really just makes the whole thing just taste really seasoned and very flavorful and really creamy. But basically that's what we did, and it was so good, so filling, really healthy because of all the veggies you put in there, and really quick and easy to make. What's up? Hi, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope if you're not vegan, it maybe inspired you to eat vegan more often, and if you are vegan, it gave you some good ideas of some good stuff, some good eating to do with your life, and stuff that's easy to do in your life, whether that be in college or in high school, or out of the both of those, or not in school at all, or in a non-vegan household. Or if you're trying to go vegan, it gave you some good tips on how to begin implementing it into your lifestyle. Yes, yes, yeah. Woo! So I love you, pixies. I am really tired, and I have been editing so long, and I'm ready to eat some ramen and go to bed. I hope you all love this video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to follow me on my Instagram, and yeah, and my depop. Check out my depop. We'll be popping over there. Love you, and I will see you in my next video. You're on video right now?
Yeah.
Oh, has it started?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Okay, so Brandon's here.
Hello. Please help. She's forcing me to be here, and all she gave me was bagels. All she gave me was bagels.